Hello and welcome back to Gun Guys React Episode 2. Today we are taking a look at one of my favorite gun firearm films. I think one of Brett's favorites as well, Collateral. I have the proper shirt for it as well, and Brett has the proper gun. So Collateral was a fantastic movie at the time, and it still is a fantastic movie. And obviously we're going to talk about the oh-so-famous Yo Homie, Is That My Briefcase scene. But first, I want to talk about some other scenes in the film that don't get as much credit where it is due.
Lay it on me.
Where did Miles learn music?
I know everything there is to know about Miles.
Then let's have it.
His father was a dentist, East St. Louis. Invested in agriculture, made plenty of money. He sent Miles to Juilliard School of Music, New York, 1945.
All right, so that scene, I think on a character level is fantastic because it really gives you an idea of like how Vincent thinks and how he is. Like he's fair. He's a fair person. Obviously not. He's a murderer, but obviously we're here for the gun stuff. Brett, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, for how long have people said, it's like, oh, there's no better weapon for assassination than a suppressed 22. And here we're actually seeing it on camera. Again, Michael Mann is a huge gun guy, gun nerd, gets great consultants. So I think it's a Ruger Mark II with an integral. I think with an integral suppressor. And the fact that it wasn't just one shot to the head, but three, just perfect execution. No one's walking away from that. And just absolutely cold. Dude answered the question right, but it's one of those things where he's a man there to do a job, period. And he does the job effectively.
Yeah, well, and I like it's so instant, right? He draws, fires. I mean, that's like probably a sub-second split.
Yep.
Right? Like Tom Cruise clearly has the skills to play this character. So, I mean, I think it's just a really great scene. It's very short in reality of the actual gunplay, but it's realistic. A 22 will really be that quiet. So it's not, oh, we took a 50 cal, put a suppressor on it, and now it's pew, pew, pew. Like it's an actual gun that really would be that quiet in that situation. And what's realistic, like you said, he doesn't just shoot him once. Oh, well, the 22 will go in and rattle in the brain and kill someone. No, he actually shoots him multiple times because he is just using a 22. So he knows he needs to get that job done.
Yeah, the last thing you want is the dude to end up in the hospital in a coma and then recover.
Yeah.
And I honestly, with the right ammo, it could have even been quieter than that. So it just, obviously that's there for cinematic effect, but absolutely the right tool for the job if this was the opportunity that he had. Just really cool to see a Mark II used in this capacity on film.
So this is the nightclub shootout scene.
One of my favorites.
Will Keith take the right. Ryan, hold the door.
There's the cops coming in here.
Watch your
background, right? It seems more of a common Michael Mann thing to consider.
The way this scene just builds an intensity is perfect.
It's like something's going to happen, but you don't know entirely how it's going to go down yet.
Also got the cartel guys there.
Like you have so many different players here that's ready, like a head of dynamite waiting to explode.
We go 15 feet ahead, 3 feet to the left. Wander, innocent bystanders get the first rounds. Clear.
I like how Vincent uses Jamie Foxx's character, just his morality as like a threatening thing. Like I'll just start shooting random people, not you, but like innocent people if you don't do what I say.
Eyes on the target. Looking for the guys in the crowd who aren't having fun.
Yeah, he's scanning, he's seeing everyone he can have to take out, basically.
Vincent, not a gooner. Throat stomp. That dude's out.
Taking out his threats as he needs to. It's such a noisy club, no one even realizes what's going on.
Yep, and he has a very clear plan of attack. He's thought it through, he knows where he's going.
Another guard is gonna neutralize.
Man.
He's doing it in such a way where he's not using the firearm yet, because obviously that's gonna draw a lot of attention. Now
Knocks the wind out of the guy, probably needs him to solar plexus. Control him.
got his human shield.
Middle of the dance floor. There's Vincent. Freeze, Vincent! FBI! FBI, get your hands in the air! Get your hands in the air, Vincent! Freeze! Get your hands up! FBI, where's Peter Lim?
They don't speak English, so. And then they think Jamie Foxx is the hitman.
Put the gun down! We got the room!
So now that everyone's spreading, the red seat has started. Now the FBI is causing chaos, perfect for Winston.
Block 17L.
With the laser. I like how
yeah.
Vincent
That
like
tight
the
grip.
driver.
That tight double tap.
You can look at him like you mother effer, you cost me. See the way Vincent's moving, he's focused on his threat, or his target, I guess, not only a threat. Some weapons attention in here.
The gun.
Hey, hold on. Protect the standing. I'm Max. I'm the goddamn cop. I know.
Very
I'm the
well, Max,
goddamn
that's
cab
right.
out. I know. I'm getting you out of here. I'm LAPD. Come on. 저새끼 뭐야? 쏴라! Yeah.
And all the photos are actually taken out. Got it. Over there. Got our Mozambique. A couple things there that are really good. One, you have Cruz or Vincent shooting like from the prone, from the supine position, and he's got the leg spread, right? You know, the big thing if you go to any tactical shooting class, hey, shoot from between the legs. Don't, put your knees together and try and shoot over your knees or anything like that.
Yep.
I mean, you can see how tight his groupings are on the chests of the guards. And then what I like is, so he shot a total of 10 rounds now. And if that's a 45C, it's going to hold what?
Well, 12 plus 1.
12 plus 1. So he should have 13 rounds. Now he shot one more round, so now he has 2 rounds left. That guy twice. So maybe we counted wrong, or maybe
he topped off. Either way, the thing that I like when he's in on his back and he toasts that dude with I think it's a TMP. He shot until the dude went down. And, just like boom, 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 boom until he dropped. It wasn't just a double tap. He wasn't going down, so he kept going until the dude went down.
And then obviously he shoots his target once. The guy's probably dead, but when he wants to, there's a difference in the film when Vincent wants to stop someone and when Vincent wants to kill someone. And there's a distinct difference in what he does.
Now, some serious attention to detail. Again, this is some Michael Mann stuff. So he normally, up to this point, had done practical effects, like in Heat, movies like that. It's all actual blank firing guns, squibs set up. And in this, people are still hooked up with squibs, so the impacts are still, they look real. It's a practical effect, which is way better than CGI garbage nowadays. But since it's a crowded scene, people running around, it's too dangerous to have actual blank firing guns going off. So he did mix in some CG for the muzzle flashes, and you can even see some shell casings eject. But it's not the cheap, lazy, untalented CG that we're seeing.
It's not that last minute, oh shit, we forgot to finish this shot. Let's just throw some CGI in here. We didn't know what our background was going to be to the last minute. Like, it's okay to use CGI if it's pre-planned, right? When you're in pre-production, you're like, this has to be CGI for whatever reason. Or even when you go to shoot on location, you're like, okay, this is going to have to be CGI. But so many movies these days shoot a scene and then they go in post and they CGI the crap out of it.
Yeah.
Right. And some films do it okay, but like a lot of the Marvel movies, you can tell like they didn't even know what that was going to be until later.
Yeah,
you know, they do post like ADR and they're like, oh crap, we need to change this.
The most important thing with this is, CGI, the guys who do CGI are artists. And, Michael Mann, along with, producers, all that kind of stuff, clearly they are 100% in on realism. And I'm sure Michael Mann pushed for that. And he clearly involved the CGI and the post-production people in this realistic gun stuff and he's weaved in practical effects, blank firing guns with CGI muzzle flashes and shell casings coming out. He's weaved it in a low light setting, so it's not bright light, so it helps hide it and mask it going between the two. And clearly the post guys knew what a gun looked like, a real gun looked like when it goes off. And they were able to perfectly mimic that to the point where you wouldn't even notice it. Whereas you watch a movie today and you're like, that is the fakest looking thing I've ever seen.
That reload, another fantastic thing, right? He does an actual reload. He's not worried about his workspace. He knows I need to get this gun up as quick as possible. Looks down at his gun, conducts his reload, comes back up. I mean, just quality stuff. So it's like they're because you can get a consultant that's like a tactical consultant, but clearly the consultants were like, no, we're gonna train you to the best level, not the stupid you got to reload in your workspace bullcrap.
Yep.
But then you see Vincent wants to kill him, not just shoot him, not just stop him. He wants to kill him. This is a target. And every time there's a target, you have a very specific shot pattern, right? 2 in the chest, 1 in the head, or the Mozambique.
And I just love the way that the filmmakers, the way that they shifted focus, it made it seem like he was acquiring his sights, right? The way that it draws focus, it's like, boom, there it is.
He took the time to make sure he got that headshot.
Yep.
Go! No, drive!
I will say one thing I also like, not really gun related, but to Michael Mann movies, he's not afraid to kill off a character that you feel like he's well developed, right? Like I feel like in so many movies and films and TV shows, they'll only kill off the undeveloped characters. Like the time they didn't spend writing that character, they just were like, oh, here's another cop. The cop's dead. It's like no one cares. There's no weight to that. Yes, a human being is dying, but it's just a movie. Versus, I forget Mark Ruffalo's character, but that detective, you build him up like this is a smart detective. He really cares. He's trying to help Max. This is Max's freedom here, right? Max is going to be saved by this detective. That's the entire buildup of the film. And then Vincent just kills him just like that.
Well, it just goes to show that, you send a nice guy after essentially a machine and it's just not going to work out. His empathy and his care is what, got him killed.
Absolutely. And now for the scene everyone's been waiting for.
What's up, man? What's going on?
Look, I'm tied up in here. This guy tied me up, but he's up in this building wreaking havoc, doing some wild shit. I need to get out of here.
Damn, you all tied up in there.
Yeah, I'm trapped, so let's get me out of here so we can call the cops.
You give me a fucking one.
Are you kidding me?
Do I look like I'm kidding you? No.
See how the criminal uses the firearm as a tool of intimidation.
Expensive firearm for a criminal, though.
Oh, yeah.
That my briefcase?
Is your briefcase? Yeah, it is. Why? You want it back?
How about your wallet?
What else you got for me? Huh?
And I mean, that is a fantastic scene because on a character level and obviously on the gun level, on the character level, Vincent wants them dead. Not he wants to stop them, not they're a threat. No, he wants to kill them and he Mozambiques them both, right? The other one but also it's not so focused on the character where it becomes unrealistic. Like he shoots the one guy twice, enough to incapacitate him, and then moves on to the other threat as he starts to go for his gun.
And also like prioritizing who to go for first, right? One dude's got a gun out, the other dude doesn't. So he's able to take out the immediate threat and get to the next threat and then finish off the first one. Obviously deflecting the firearm, drawing from concealment from an inside the waistband holster. Again, this is something that really hadn't been seen before in a Hollywood film.
No, I mean, I think it's a great example of the dedication, like especially someone like Tom Cruise and Michael Mann puts into a film. I actually have done the Collateral drill challenge before. I've done it several times. The fastest I ever did it was in 199, but of course I'm not disarming someone. But I think, and Brett, I think you have the numbers on this. You said it was like 230, 213 or something.
I think he was just over 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he does it very quickly. We'll watch it one more time. Pause. Fires 2 rounds, transitions very well because he's coming from retention. He's coming out on target. As he's getting his sights, I mean, I don't even think he has his sights. I think he's just shooting.
Yeah.
I think it's just point shooting. But he's getting, and as then now you can see he has his sights. As the body's falling, headshot. I mean, that is, because that's the other thing too. When everyone does this drill, right, and I'll throw some footage of myself doing it, they're static targets. This is a falling head that is being shot, and you can tell Tom Cruise in this acting that he's doing, he is tracking the falling head, and he gets that shot, and he's following him to the ground with his gun. Like that is, I mean, that is just attention to detail. Like even in John Wick movies, I don't think you see that where he is tracking the falling body so he can get that headshot and complete the Mozambique.
Well, and if so, Keanu Reeves just doesn't sell it like Tom Cruise does. Tom Cruise absolutely sells this. He makes it believable. Also, they're not shooting blanks. Tom Cruise is not shooting blanks in this scene. This is added in post-production muzzle flashes, which again looks way better than modern CGI trash because it was planned this way from the beginning, and everybody involved in the production that was going to be involved in making this look as real as possible, including the post guys, knew exactly what it was supposed to look like, and they made it happen.
Absolutely. And then goes back, right? And what, like I said, he wants to kill this guy, right? Obviously, because it's a potential witness now. We have to take care of it. And he finishes the Mozambique, right? And that's something you'll see near the end of the film that catches up with him, where he's almost like autistically focused on doing the Mozambique when he wants to kill someone.
We'll go into the training that Tom Cruise did for this role, but it's so clearly paid off that Tom Cruise actually developed a meaningful skill set, not just a skill set to sell it on camera, but a skill set to perform it in real life.
And he's definitely continued to use that skill set. And like Brett said, we'll go into some of that training a little bit later. So we're now at the finale of the movie. Vincent is chasing after Max and the lawyer that Max is trying to save and get a date with, basically. So Vincent has been in a car crash now. He is now pursuing Max and this lawyer because not only is he pursuing his target, but now he wants to go after Max because Max has screwed him over for the last time. You can see Vincent no longer has his USP.
Now, this wasn't 5906. Attention to detail, the hammer's back on that 5906. In a lot of movies, the hammers just default down, but they had the attention to detail to make it so that it would be ready to go in single action, which anyone who would know what they were doing in this situation would probably have the hammer back ready to go in single action, as not to risk the 20-pound trigger pull of the 5906 on that first double action shot.
I think we're going to get a good shot of that pistol. Right as it comes around the corner here. Right there. So as you can see, he's there. Vincent's finger is on the trigger. He is ready to take the shot. He is just waiting for them to come out of that train car. And at this point, Max is actually armed now too.
I do this for a living!
So Max just blindly shoots, but we see something specific from Vincent.
That's me at the range of my videos all the time, reaching for a magazine that isn't there on a reload.
Yes. And Vincent now realizes two things.
He got clapped by a scrub with his own gun.
Yep. Because Vincent was so intent on using the Mozambique that he... Max is here with his empty gun aiming at it. Vincent,
but yeah, he hit those metal doors, and Max was just shooting in a circle going through the windows. Now, I forget if he was already wounded in a significant way, but he bled out pretty fast.
Well, I mean, he was already bleeding. There was the crash, so his body's probably really messed up.
We'll assume that there was internal bleeding to
And
start.
I probably something injured his lungs as well, so he's probably having some oxygen issues and stuff as well. But the one thing you see here is you can obviously see the bullets that went one way and went another way, right? So you have exit, entry, and it looks like those bullets were stopped basically. But you can see when we have our gunfight here, right here is where Vincent shoots. Great grouping, great shooting. That's the head. That's you got your head and you got your 2 body shots. You have the perfect Mozambique, but because Max, like you said, he literally shoots in a circle. You can see him moving in that circular motion.
Yep.
Vincent misses Max. Once again, he's going for that. He's a machine, like you said. He's going for that reload, even though there's nothing there. And we all do that, like you said, when you go to the range and you just know, oh, I'm out of ammo. You go to reload and you're like, oh, I'm out of reloads. So Vincent's out of reloads. He knows it, but he doesn't have anything to reload. And then that's when he realizes I've been shot.
An argument could also be made. I'm not saying I subscribe to this, but it could be made that Vincent was used to having a 45 ACP. And if he was shooting like 230 grain, like even like ball ammo, it might punch through that door.
Yeah.
But that 5906 is a 9mm. And who knows, maybe that security guard is running like 115 critical defense or something.
I mean, this is what Collateral was 2004.
I saw it in theaters. I remember that.
So in 2004, 9mm was not where it is today. So, now probably a 124 gold dot might have enough energy and everything.
147 grain too,
147 grain, 124 plus P. That probably go through those doors.
But, I mean, realistically, I don't know what those doors are made out of, but I would imagine a bullet would probably go through.
Well, I feel like they did, because if you look, I think the bullets went through. I just think Max was moving and shooting basically, and the bullets never hit him. I don't know if the bullets, it's hard to tell, were the bullets supposed to have been stopped by that, and you just see like them like punching out slightly, or did they come out fully? Because they look like exit.
Yeah, it could have also been that they didn't have really lethal energy coming out the other side.
Yeah, and so they could have just like fallen out.
Granted, it's fiction, but I'm just I think at the end of the day, Vincent's bullets hit the doors, Max's bullets went through the windows, and it's as simple as that. And we're overthinking it, but just it's fun to talk about the stuff.
Yeah, and that's why we're here. We're here to be the gun nerds critiquing the gun movies. But I think on a character level, this is a great scene because it shows how Vincent, right? He says, "I do this for a living," right? But that's the thing. He is so mechanized in his procedure for how he does this that he gets himself killed.
Yeah, and he, of course, he just, like you said, been in a car accident. I think he got hit in the face too earlier.
Yeah,
so he's all kinds of messed up, probably severely injured from that crazy car crash. So he's not really in his right mind. He's desperate. The main target's about to get away. He's about to be a dead man himself. He's been put through the ringer all night. And he was down to his training, and his training failed him.
Yeah. Well, and I think I think also he was like so confident in that moment.
Yeah.
What is Max going to do? I do that. Like, that's the thing. I do this for a living, right? Basically telling Max, you might as well just surrender, man, because otherwise I'm going to kill you.
It's the equivalent of getting, clapped by, someone who doesn't know what they're doing with a Mosin Nagant in the next Civil War or something, right? Like, you got all this kit on, you get clapped by a Mosin Nagant, and it's like, oh man, it's just, you can't get overconfident with this stuff. Yep. And that's definitely what happened.
That was his downfall. So something we talked about earlier was the training that Tom Cruise put in for this film, and he really did put it in. There's a little behind the scenes thing we're going to take a look at because I think it really highlights how much effort he really put into this film and how much effort was put into this film by everyone involved.
An expert in close quarter combat with the kind of training he would have had if he had spent 8 to 12 years in special forces.
There you got like some of that like really tactical training where you're shooting. You've got transitions.
Because actors use blank guns, then they pretend to feel like what happens when it actually goes off, and it's a whole different deal. I mean, once you cock that weapon and there's a live round inside there, and you suddenly put it down your trousers and you go, wow.
You got that retention shooting. I mean, you can see that grouping. Like that's and retention shooting is not as easy as people think. Like that is good shooting.
Oh, and there's concussion from shooting from retention, and Tom Cruise is an actor, and he was handling that.
Got that shooting from
Yeah, we were
supine.
using
Practice
live
getting
ammo.
up.
It was great. The training on this, building this character from the ground up,
Shooting and moving.
really added a dimension. This is what he does. He just does it. It's an extension of who he is.
And for the actor, then, when he's on set and he's firing blanks, he does not firing blanks in his mind.
Oh, so
Interesting.
So it's a layered shot.
It's a layered shot. That's why it looks so good.
So you have the guys, and he's just shooting into nothingness.
I was gonna. It looked too good. Like, especially looking at modern CGI, it looked too good. I mean, they it's obviously a visual effect. It's just not CGI. I should have said visual effects earlier instead of CGI. But it's a beautifully done layered shot.
His mind, he's firing live ammunition. This is really happening. There's a scene in which two people assault Vincent, not realizing who they're assaulting, and Vincent draws and shoots both of these guys.
So they probably had 2 takes. Obviously, they have the take with the actors. Although I'm hearing blanks of some sort. So I wonder if they were just sound blanks and not muzzle blanks. So there's no last thing that can be coming out. Because you see the slide cycling and stuff shooting out, but there's no flash. So then you can see the 2 shots here side by side. You have the one with the all black, with the black like curtain.
Yeah.
And then you have the other one here where the real thing.
1.3 seconds.
Wait, what do you say?
2.13. Is that what he says?
And it's in 1.3 seconds.
1.3.
I don't think that's accurate.
Probably from the gun clearing
from the holster, because I'm like, So yeah, probably from the holster. That makes sense, because like for me, when I did it in 199, so if my draw was, let's say 0.9 or something, coming from especially all the way here, because I had to clear the jacket, come out. That makes sense. Then they had him like actual physical like fight training too. I mean, that's just a level of.
He could have been Solid Snake with that bandana on. That was a missed opportunity.
You got a Solid Snake movie right there.
Yeah.
I think Collateral, like we looked at last time, Heat, I think these are films that we just don't see these days with that attention to detail. I think there are some films still made like that, don't get me wrong, but there's definitely the over-reliance on visual effects and CGI and things like that. And it's not where it's like a mix between practical and visual effects like they were clearly doing there for the alley scene. It's just all CGI, right? Just, if this was a Marvel movie, the gun would be CGI, the people would be CGI, the background would be CGI. It'd probably all be AI generated at this point. So, I mean, there's just something to that. It's noticeable. As a human being, you can perceive when it's real and when it's not. And this movie feels real. And as a gun guy reacting to this, it looks real.
Yeah, and we have John Woo to thank for, creating immersion in gunfights with having the blank firing guns and the crazy squibs. And it's a dangerous thing to do, but nothing gets you immersed like the actual, muzzle flashes and the actual, that things behave in a certain way in reality that you can't really mimic in CGI. So John Woo had a huge influence with A Better Tomorrow that has clearly carried all the way through to the mid 2000s. And unfortunately, the practical effects are just becoming a lost art. And most importantly, these movies, like especially the later John Wick movies, when you look at Collateral, when you look at Heat, it's all about story. It's all about characters. Those are in the front seat. And the attention to detail that we have with the firearms and the tactics is the cherry on top. And that's something that is kind of lacking in Hollywood today, is we're missing that character-driven story.
So looking at everything, the totality of the film, right? I think the film itself is a 10 out of 10. I think it's an amazing character piece, an amazing character drama, and a great action film. And as a gun guy reacting to this, I'm hesitant, but I kind of want to give this a 10 out of 10. Like there's nothing in this movie where I'm like, that's not realistic. That's not how guns work. Like like we were talking about earlier, like did the bullets go through the train car doors or not? It's not a huge detail, but with everything, the training, I mean, this is better than Heat. And obviously this comes after Heat. So obviously Michael Mann has improved from Heat to now. This is 9 years later that this movie came out from Heat. So I think this is a 10 out of 10 movie when it comes to all the gun stuff and just as a movie in general.
It just makes you question that, like, for a gun guy, if this movie is not a 10 out of 10 gun guy movie, then what would be a 10 out of 10? So it's like you have to consider the scale. And I think that this is at the top of the scale.
All right, guys, if you enjoyed seeing another episode of Gun Guys React, then go leave a like down below. If you hate good movies and you hate our awesome content, then there's a dislike button for a reason. Otherwise, guys, head in the comments. What do you want to see us react to next? Do you want to see some great films like Collateral, or do you want to see us review some more trashy films and look at the comedy aspect of how bad the gunplay really is? Let us know in those comments down below. And check out Brett, his YouTube channel, Nightwood Guns, for some fantastic gun content. Otherwise, guys, I'm releasing new videos every Saturday. Subscribe and stay tuned.